You know, we all love a good knockout, right? That explosive moment of victory. But what if I told you the real fight, the one that actually matters, is one way before the first punch is even thrown? Today, we're going to dig into the hidden science of winning. Let's get into it.
So, when you see two fighters step into the ring, what's the first thing you think? Your brain just starts crunching the numbers, right? Who's the bigger guy? Who looks quicker on their feet? But honestly, all that stuff you see on the surface, that's just the very, very tip of the iceberg.
First up, there's brute strength. And yeah, raw power is definitely part of the equation. But at the very top, at the elite level, it's almost never the deciding factor.
And then you've got speed. You know, quick hands, fast feet, super important for sure. But again, it's just one little piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. So, if it's not just about being the strongest or the fastest, what is it?
Well, it's all about hacking the opponent's brain. Yeah, you heard me. Elite combat is basically psychological warfare. The absolute best fighters, they don't just beat their opponents physically. They get inside their heads. They literally exploit our own biology to mess with reaction times and turn fear into a weapon.
All right, let's start peeling back the layers of this iceberg. We're at level 1, the strategic mind. This is where the fight is won or lost long before anyone even steps into the cage.
And you know, this idea is nothing new. It's ancient. We're talking over 2,500 years ago, the legendary military strategist Sun Tzu laid it all out in The Art of War. And his main point was pretty simple. Victorious warriors? They win first, and then they go to war.
And believe it or not, these ancient ideas are everywhere in modern combat. Know your enemy. That's a fighter obsessively studying hours of fight tape. Attack where he is unprepared? That's crafting a game plan to target a specific weakness. And speed is the essence of war? Today, that's what military strategists and fighters call the OODA loop. It stands for observe, orient, decide, and act. It's all about making decisions so fast that you're operating inside your opponent's reaction time. Basically, you act before they can even finish thinking.
And we can actually see this strategy playing out in the data. There was this really fascinating study of pro MMA fights that looked at pacing, and what they found was wild. Fights that end with a quick knockout, say in round 1 or 2, they have way less preparatory feeling out time. The winner just goes for it. But in the fights that go all the way to a decision, the data shows these long, strategic preparatory phases. The winners aren't just going all out, they're playing the long game, managing their energy like a chess master.
Okay, so that's strategy. Now let's dive one level deeper into the iceberg. Once the game plan is set, it all comes down to mastering the physical world of the fight. We're talking about time and space. In Japanese martial arts, they have a beautiful word for this, mai. Now, a simple translation is just distance, but that doesn't even begin to cover it. Think of it as the perfect, living, breathing bubble of space between fighters. It's not just a measurement, it's a feeling, an interval of distance, timing, and rhythm all rolled into one. And if you can control the mai, you control everything.
And this is where that ancient art smashes right into modern science. See, controlling the Madai Nakai isn't some kind of magic. It's a very real skill called perceptual anticipation. It's all about reading the tiniest little clues from your opponent, their weight shift, the twitch of his shoulder, and predicting what they're about to do, maybe even before they consciously know it.
And look, the science on this is crystal clear. A huge analysis. I'm talking 27 different studies. Found that when an attack is coming, expert fighters make the right call 83.3% of the time. And novices, they're down at 68.5%. That gap, that almost 15% difference, that's everything. That's the difference between slipping a punch and waking up on the canvas.
So how is that even possible? It's not just that they have faster reflexes. The wild part is that experts literally see the fight in a different way. Their eyes don't dart around randomly like a novice's. They're laser-focused on the most important spots, the opponent's chest, hips, shoulders, picking up those tiny tells that scream what's coming next. It's like they're watching the fight in slow motion while everyone else is seeing it in real time.
All right, so we've got strategy up top, perception in the middle. Now let's go even deeper, to the absolute foundation that holds this whole thing up. And it's something most of us probably never ever think about. Postural balance. I know. It sounds kind of boring, right? But I'm telling you, it is the single most important non-negotiable platform for everything else. Every single punch, every kick, every takedown, it all starts from balance. You take that away, and all that fancy technique just crumbles. And just saying balance is a huge oversimplification. We're really talking about a whole suite of incredible coordination skills all working together. It's how you orient yourself in space while moving, it's the consistency of your movements, how quick and timely reactions are, it's even your inner ear, your vestibular system, working with your hands and feet in perfect harmony. It's like a symphony the body is conducting in real time. And again, this isn't just some nice idea. It's proven by science. A study found a statistically significant link between these boring coordination skills and how well an athlete actually performs. You see this number? P is less than or equal to 0.04. All that really means is that the connection is so strong, there's almost no way it's just random chance. Simply put, better coordination scientifically equals a better fighter. Period.
Okay, we are now at the very bottom of the iceberg, the deepest, the most powerful, the most fundamental level of winning a fight. This is where it gets really crazy. This is where a fighter stops just reacting to their opponent and starts directly manipulating their opponent's brain.
So how do they do it? It's basically a three-step process to crash your opponent's mental operating system. Step 1, violate expectations. You break their rhythm. You throw things from weird angles at weird times, you feint, you keep them guessing. Step 2, overload the senses. Use sudden flurries, you mix up striking and grappling. You give their brain way too much information to process at once. And finally, step 3, engineer fear. You use sudden, explosive movements to trigger their amygdala, the brain's little fear alarm, which literally makes their motor skills worse.
And here's the crazy payoff for all that mental warfare. A normal human reaction to something you see is about 1/4 of a second. But when you violate someone's expectations like that, you can slow the reaction time down by more than 60%. That tiny gap, that extra 1/10 of a second in a fight, that is an absolute eternity. It's more than enough time to land the perfect shot. So you're not just faster than them, you're making them slower.
So let's put it all together. Let's look at the full iceberg of victory. At the very top, the part everyone sees and talks about, you've got strength and speed. But just below the surface, you've got level 1, strategy and pacing. Go deeper, and you hit level 2, perception and anticipation, mastering time and space. Even deeper is level 3, the unseen foundation of balance and coordination. And holding it all up, at the very base, is the deepest secret, hacking the human brain. So what's the big takeaway here? Winning, at the highest level, isn't really about executing your own game plan perfectly. It's about completely destroying your opponents. The greatest fighters are masters of disruption. They're expert pattern breakers. And that really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What are the patterns in your own life that are just begging to be broken?